The air crackles with anticipation. It's a feeling I know well, the electric hum that precedes a true adventure. Today, that adventure has a name, Mudumalai National Park. A rugged jeep pauses at the park entrance, forest looming behind. The journey was a pilgrimage, winding roads that snake up the Nilgiri Hills. Each turn reveals a new vista of emerald tea plantations, then misty valleys spread out below. This isn't a trip, it's an expedition into a vital wild space. Ancient forests promise nature in its rawest form, a powerful magnet. It pulls you away from modern noise into something primal. You can feel it in your bones. This is where life thrives. My heart pounds, a drumbeat of excitement and respect. We stand on the threshold of a kingdom ruled not by man but by the tiger, the elephant, the leopard, Mudumalai, ancient hill range. You feel that history in the soil beneath your feet, a land unchanged for millennia, a living museum of biodiversity. Stories of encounters whisper on the wind, majestic tuskers blocking the path, a striped predator melting into shadows. I've come to connect with their world, to understand their struggle, to be reminded of our place in the intricate web of life. Mudumalai National Park is not just a random patch of jungle, it's a strategically vital piece of a much larger natural puzzle. Located in the magnificent Nilgiri Hills, or Blue Mountains, in the state of Tamil Nadu, it sits at a critical junction where three southern Indian states meet: Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala. This unique position makes it a crucial wildlife corridor, a natural highway that connects several protected areas, including Bandipur National Park, Nagarhole National Park, Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. Together, they form the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, one of the most important conservation landscapes on the entire planet. This vast, interconnected wilderness allows animals to roam freely across huge distances, which is essential for their genetic diversity and long-term survival. The park itself covers an area of over 321 square kilometers, a mosaic of different habitats that makes it incredibly rich in biodiversity: dry deciduous forests, moist deciduous forests, riparian forests along rivers and streams. This variety of landscapes means that an incredible array of flora and fauna can coexist here. It's this diversity that makes every safari a unique experience. What makes Mudumalai truly special is its status as a tiger reserve. This designation brings higher protection and focused conservation efforts for the Bengal tiger. The park is part of Project Tiger, a nationwide initiative that helped pull this species back from the brink. Since the tiger is an apex predator, protecting it has a ripple effect across the food web, saving the deer, the wild boar, the forest they live in, and the rivers that flow through them. The park's geography is defined by the Moyer River, which carves a dramatic gorge, separating Mudumalai from Bandipur. When you think of Mudumalai, the first image that often comes to mind is the Asian elephant. These are the true titans of the forest, majestic, intelligent, commanding respect. Seeing a large tusker emerge from dense foliage is humbling. They move with surprising grace and silence. Their large, soft-padded feet make barely a sound on the forest floor. Close up, wrinkled gray skin like ancient parchment. Watching their trunks in action, plucking a single leaf, spraying dust over their backs, communicating with a soft rumble, a masterclass in adaptation. They are the architects of the forest, creating pathways, clearing vegetation. Elephants live in tight-knit family groups led by an experienced matriarch. Herds are especially beautiful when they have young calves. The family protects the little ones, encircling them if danger appears. Complex interactions, youngsters playfully chasing each other, teenagers testing their strength, adults communicating with low-frequency sounds. They are deeply emotional: grief, joy, compassion. Witnessing this family dynamic is a profound reminder we share this planet. In Mudumalai, elephants are everywhere. You might see them bathing in the Moyer River, using their trunks as snorkels, enjoying a mud bath to protect skin from sun and insects. They are voracious eaters, spending up to 18 hours a day foraging: grasses, leaves, bark, fruits. This feeding reshapes the landscape, dispersing seeds, maintaining ecosystem balance. Sometimes a large bull tusker will stand his ground on the safari track, a powerful, unambiguous statement of who is in charge. In that moment, you feel incredibly small, a mere visitor in their ancient kingdom. Sadly, they face threats: habitat loss, human-wildlife conflict, poaching for ivory. Sanctuaries like Mudumalai are critical for their survival. Here they get the space and protection to thrive. Seeing a healthy population, from the tiniest calf to the grandest matriarch, shows conservation is working. They are a symbol of India's wild heart, a barometer for forest health. Protecting these gentle giants preserves the soul of the wilderness itself. The tiger. Just the name itself sends a shiver down your spine. Undisputed king of the Indian jungle, a creature of breathtaking power and beauty, the Bengal tiger is the apex predator of Mudumalai, a phantom of the forest that moves with stealth and lethal grace. Its coat is a masterpiece of camouflage, fiery orange fur, broken by dark vertical stripes that let it disappear into tall grasses and dappled sunlight. An adult male can weigh over 200 kilograms, measure nearly 3 meters from nose to tail, a perfect killing machine honed by millennia of evolution. Every part is designed for the hunt. Powerful limbs, retractable claws as sharp as daggers, a bite that can crush bone. Searching for a tiger is the ultimate test of patience and luck, a game of hide and seek on a grand scale. The tiger has the advantage. You scan the forest for hours, your eyes strain for any hint of orange and black. You learn to read the signs, deep, rasping pug marks pressed into soft earth, territorial scratch marks clawed into bark, alarm calls of deer and monkeys. These calls are the jungle's telegraph system. When you hear that sudden chorus, your heart races. You know it's close. The sighting is etched into your memory forever. It often happens in a flash. 1 second, trees and shadows. The next, the tiger is simply there. Its presence is overwhelming. Its gaze is intense, amber eyes that look right through you. No fear, only supreme confidence from the top of the food chain. Time seems to stand still. Seeing a tiger in Mudumalai is special, part of a comeback story. Decades of Project Tiger helped stabilize and increase numbers. Mudumalai provides a safe haven and large territory. Healthy prey base, deer, sambar, wild boar. Every sighting is a victory for forest departments and conservationists. The tiger is the soul of the Indian jungle. Its presence is a beacon of hope for wilderness everywhere. If the tiger is the king of the jungle, the leopard is its silent, ghostly assassin. This animal is shrouded in mystery, a master of stealth and adaptability. While tigers prefer lower, flatter forest areas, leopards are masters of all terrains. At home on the ground and high up in the branches of a tree, smaller and more slender than tigers, yet making up for size with agility and cunning. Golden yellow fur covered in dark rosettes, perfect camouflage in dappled light. They melt into shadows, invisible to prey and observer. Spotting one in Mudumalai is an even greater prize than a tiger sighting. Incredibly elusive, largely nocturnal, hunting under cover of darkness. By day, they rest in dense thickets or draped over high branches, tail like a pendulum. To find one, learn to look up. Guides scan tree forks for a telltale shape or dangling tail. Finding a leopard needs a sharp eye, immense patience, and a good dose of luck. They are the ghosts of the mountain, often seeing you first. The leopard, the ultimate opportunist. Diet ranges from small rodents, birds, to larger prey like deer and monkeys. Adaptability lets them live close to people where others cannot. Immensely powerful for their size, able to hoist a kill twice their weight up into a tree to keep it from scavengers like tigers and wild dogs. A lightning-fast stalk or a powerful ascent with prey. A supreme predator at its peak. Unforgettable strength and agility. The thrill of a sighting is unique. A spotted flash crossing the road, a pair of eyes glowing in twilight, or a shadowy form slipping into undergrowth. An intense encounter, unlike a tiger. You feel let in on a secret, given a brief look at nature's mystery. In Mudumalai, healthy leopards signal a robust ecosystem that supports many large predators. A vital, elusive spirit haunting the forests and ridges of the Nilgiris. A Mudumalai is more than just its big cats and elephants. It is a living, breathing landscape that stimulates every one of your senses. The first thing that strikes you is the sheer, overwhelming greenness of it all. The forest is a vibrant tapestry woven from countless shades of green. The dark, glossy leaves of the teak trees, the bright, almost fluorescent green of the bamboo groves. Sunlight struggles to pierce the dense canopy, creating a dramatic play of light and shadow on the forest floor. Shafts of golden light illuminate patches of undergrowth, making them look like sacred stages where the dramas of the jungle unfold. The scale of it is immense, making you feel small and insignificant in the face of nature's grandeur. Then there are the sounds. The jungle is never truly silent. It is a constant symphony, an orchestra of life that plays day and night. By day, the air is filled with the calls of birds, the metallic shrieks of peacocks, the cooing of doves, and the loud, rhythmic calls of the great hornbill, whose wing beats sound like a steam train passing overhead. Troops of langur monkeys create a racket as they leap through the canopy, their alarm barks echoing through the valleys. The constant hum of insects provides a baseline to this wild music. At night, the orchestra changes. The air fills with the chirping of crickets, the croaking of frogs, and the eerie, searching calls of nightjars. The Moya River is the park's lifeline, its waters glistening under the tropical sun. Here, you can watch crocodiles basking on the sandy banks, cormorants and darters diving for fish. The smaller streams and waterholes scattered throughout the forest are magnets for wildlife. You can sit quietly near one of these spots and watch a parade of animals come to quench their thirst. Spotted deer, wild boar, and a kaleidoscope of butterflies. The very air in Mudumalai feels different. It is thick with the smells of the earth, the rich, loamy scent of decaying leaves, the sweet fragrance of wildflowers, and the clean, fresh smell that comes after a sudden rain shower. It's a perfume of life itself, a potent cocktail that cleanses your lungs and clears your mind. This sensory immersion is what makes a trip to Mudumalai so powerful. It's about letting the wilderness seep into your soul and reconnecting with a part of yourself that the modern world has forced you to forget. This living landscape is a healer. The safari experience in Mudumalai is the heart of the adventure, the moment when all the anticipation culminates in a journey into the core of the wilderness. Climbing into the open-topped jeep, you feel a surge of adrenaline. The engine rumbles to life. You leave the civilized world behind, plunging into a network of dusty tracks that wind through the dense forest. Every turn in the road holds a new possibility. The vehicle becomes your mobile hide, allowing you to get surprisingly close to the wildlife without disturbing it. Your guide, an expert with years of experience, becomes your eyes and ears, pointing out things you would have otherwise missed: a well-camouflaged bird, fresh tracks on the ground, the flick of an ear in the distant bushes. The thrill of the safari lies in its complete unpredictability. You can drive for an hour and see nothing but deer, monkeys, and then, in the span of 5 minutes, you might encounter a pack of wild dogs, a massive gaur, a sloth bear. You learn to embrace the uncertainty. The search is part of the excitement. Your senses go into overdrive. You are constantly scanning, listening, and hoping. The collective gasp from everyone in the jeep when a magnificent sambar deer with huge antlers steps out onto the track is a shared moment of wonder. You learn to appreciate all creatures, great and small, from the iridescent flash of a kingfisher to the lumbering grace of a wild boar. One of the most heart-pounding moments is when your guide suddenly cuts the engine. Silence descends, broken only by the sounds of the jungle. The guide has heard something, a faint alarm call, a rustle in the bamboo. This is when you know a predator might be near. The suspense is incredible. Your eyes dart around, trying to pierce the veil of vegetation. Minutes feel like hours. And then you see it. The twitch of a tail, a patch of stripes, the glint of an eye. The feeling of discovery is electric, a pure, primal thrill that connects you directly to the hunter-gatherer instincts of our ancestors. A safari is not just a passive viewing experience, it's an education. Your guide will share incredible knowledge about the behavior of the animals, the medicinal uses of different plants, and the intricate relationships that bind the ecosystem together. You learn why the spotted deer and the langur monkey often stay close to each other. The monkeys, with their excellent eyesight from the treetops, spot predators from above, while the deer, with their keen sense of smell and hearing, detect danger on the ground. It's a beautiful example of interspecies cooperation. The safari transforms you from a mere tourist into an informed observer, deepening your appreciation for the complexity and intelligence of the natural world. While we marvel at the tigers and elephants, there is an army of unsung heroes working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep Mudumalai safe. These are the forest guards, the anti-poaching watchers, the park staff. They are the true guardians of this green realm. Their job is one of the toughest and most dangerous in the world. They patrol vast tracts of difficult terrain on foot, often for days at a time, protecting the wildlife from poachers and monitoring the health of the forest. They face the constant threat of encounters with dangerous animals, elephants, tigers, venomous snakes, all while working for modest pay and with limited resources. Their dedication is born from a deep love and respect for the wilderness. The work of these guards is relentless and multifaceted. It's not just about chasing poachers. They are also on the front lines of managing human-wildlife conflict, a growing challenge as human populations expand around the park's borders. When an elephant raids a farmer's crops or a leopard preys on livestock, It is the forest department staff who must respond, often facing angry and frightened villagers. They work to find solutions that protect both people and animals, such as digging elephant-proof trenches, helping communities build predator-proof enclosures. Their role is as much about diplomacy and community engagement as it is about law enforcement. They are the bridge between the human world and the wild world. These guardians are also critical data collectors. On their long patrols, they record vital information about animal sightings, pug marks, and the condition of the habitat. This data is essential for scientists and park managers to understand population trends, animal movements, and the overall health of the ecosystem. They are the foot soldiers of conservation science, providing the ground-level information that informs high-level policy decisions. They assist researchers, help with animal censuses, and are the first responders when an animal is injured or in distress. Their intimate, on-the-ground knowledge of the forest is an invaluable asset that no satellite or drone can replace. We, as visitors, owe these men and women a huge debt of gratitude. The incredible wildlife experiences we have in Mudumalai are only possible because of their constant vigilance and sacrifice. They often spend weeks away from their families, living in basic anti-poaching camps deep inside the forest, all to ensure that this precious natural heritage is protected. When you visit a park like Mudumalai, take a moment to acknowledge these heroes. Their courage and commitment are the bedrock upon which all conservation success is built. They are the silent sentinels ensuring that the roar of the tiger and the trumpet of the elephant will continue to echo through these hills for generations to come. As my journey in Mudumalai comes to an end, I am left with a profound sense of gratitude and an even stronger sense of responsibility. This place is more than just a tourist destination. It is a vital organ in the body of our planet. It is a living library of genetic information, a carbon sink that helps regulate our climate, and a source of the clean water that sustains millions of people downstream. The survival of Mudumalai is not a niche environmental issue. It is intrinsically linked to our own well-being. The web of life is interconnected, and the collapse of a sanctuary like this would have consequences that ripple far beyond its boundaries. We have a sacred duty to protect it. The threats facing this wilderness are real and relentless: habitat fragmentation, poaching, climate change, and increasing human pressure on its borders. Protecting it requires a multi-pronged approach. It requires strong government policies and effective enforcement on the ground. It requires the support and involvement of local communities, ensuring that they see the wildlife not as a threat, but as a valuable asset that can bring sustainable livelihoods through ecotourism. It requires continued scientific research to help us make informed management decisions. And most importantly, it requires a global community of people who care. The experience of seeing a tiger or an elephant in its natural habitat is transformative. It changes you. It turns abstract conservation concepts into a tangible, emotional reality. When you look into the eyes of a wild animal, you understand what is at stake. This is why responsible wildlife tourism is so important. It creates advocates for conservation. It gives people a personal connection to the wilderness and inspires them to become part of the solution. The revenue generated from tourism can be funneled back into protecting the park and supporting local communities, creating a virtuous cycle where the animal's survival benefits everyone. Your visit can be a powerful force for good. So, as I leave the ancient hills of Mudumalai behind, I carry its spirit with me. I carry the memory of the silent leopard, the majestic elephant, and the powerful tiger. These are not just memories, they are a call to action. We cannot be the generation that allows these magnificent creatures and their wild homes to vanish forever. We must be their voice. We must support the organizations and individuals fighting to protect them. The future of Mudumalai, and countless places like it, depends on the choices we make today. Let us choose to be guardians, to honor our sacred duty, and to ensure that this wild heritage endures for all time. The survival of the wild is, ultimately, the survival of us all.